Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to introduce myself to you today to our first Health and Wellness with Dr. Praise episode. My name is Praise Matemavi, and I was born and raised in Zimbabwe. I am an abdominal transplant surgeon, meaning that after finishing my medical school training, I did general surgery residency, and then after residency, I did subspecialty training in liver, kidney, pancreas, small bowel transplants, as well as hepatobiliary surgery. And I love what I do. I am so blessed to be able to serve in this capacity. I am also the CEO of the Rose Gift Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that focuses on the rural girls in Zimbabwe. We focus on serving them, empowering them, and elevating them. So we'll be talking more about it as we continue on this journey with you guys. I am happily married to Ryan, and together we have 5 children aging from almost 15 next month to almost 21 in August. I have been a mom since I was 18, and there is nothing that I enjoy more than being a mom. I just love being a mom. The goal of this show is for us to create a space, a community where we can all come together and we can talk about everything that pertains to our health and our wellness. We are going to have to work together as a community because I am not an expert in all things. Like I said earlier, I subspecialized, so I know a lot about the areas that I focus on in my clinical practice. So I will be working with experts in their different fields of expertise, and we'll be bringing them on our show, and we will be discussing the issues that affect us and the ways that we can work together to become a healthier Zimbabwe, whether we are in Zimbabwe or in the diaspora. So we are going to help each other figure out how to live healthier, more fulfilled lives, a life of wholeness where we are healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like I said, I do not have everything figured out, but together we will figure this out. And I look forward to engaging with each and every one of you. So we'll be asking you to send in topics that you want us to discuss, whether they're health topics, whether they're more general topics, whatever it is that you want us to talk about, we'll be happy to talk about on the show. I am a Christian, and that will be very evident in how I talk and how and what my views are. But this is not a Christian show, so this show is open to anyone and everybody. Anyone who wants to transform their lives by living a more healthier life. Anybody who feels like they are almost there, but they just need to be elevated a little bit. This is your show. Come and join us. At any level, we are all the same. We all have work to do, and we can work together as a community to achieve those health goals. We all know that physical health is vital to living a full, complete life. In our inaugural episode today, I would like to talk a little bit about mental health and the importance that mental health has in our overall health and wellness. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects our thoughts and behavior and determine how we respond and handle the different stresses that we face in life. This affects how we relate to others, and it determines the choices that we make. Mental health is equally important to our physical well-being because a lot of times what happens is that we focus a lot on our diet and exercise, and we forget that we have to work on our mental health in order for us to be fully healthy. There are many contributors to mental health problems. These can include biological, like our genes, our hormones, and the balances that we have in our brains. There are also factors that affect us in terms of life experiences, traumas, abuse, and also there are many things that are in our family history, for instance, that could determine our mental well-being. This affects how we relate to others, and it determines the choices that we make. Mental health is equally important to our physical well-being, because a lot of times what happens is that we focus a lot on our diet and exercise, and we forget that we have to work on our mental health in order for us to be fully healthy. There are many contributors to mental health problems. These can include biological, like our genes, our hormones, and the balances that we have in our brains. There are also factors that affect us in terms of life experiences, traumas, abuse, and also there are many things that are in our family history, for instance, that could determine our mental well-being. So oftentimes when people think about mental health, they're thinking about mental illness, like schizophrenia, depression, anxiety. We will not be touching on that today. We will talk about that at a different time. Today we're going to be talking about mental health and how we can develop a more stronger mind. We will also be talking, when we talk about mental illness, how we as caregivers, as people who have loved ones who suffer from mental health, can cope and deal with their mental health illness. So here are some ways that we can care for our mental health. So number one is very simple. We have to find purpose and meaning in our lives, in the simple things that we do in our everyday lives. Number two, eating well is essential not only to our physical health, but also our mental health. Eat lots of fruits and veggies, whole grains, nuts and seeds, fish oil. Drink plenty of water. Limit high caffeinated drinks, refined sugars, and alcohol. I'm not saying don't have your glass of wine, but limit how much alcohol you're taking in, because alcohol also dehydrates you. And oftentimes people are drinking coffee, alcohol in the mornings. Throughout the day they're drinking lots of coffee or caffeinated beverages or refined sugar beverages, and then at night they come home and they drink their beer or their wine, and they're not really taking in enough water. So make it a point to drink plenty of water. Number three, make regular exercise part of your life, whether it's going outside and walking for 20 minutes, or going to the gym for those who can go to the gym, or even doing your own home exercises on YouTube. It's very important to make it a priority. 3 to 4 times a week. I know that you're busy. I know life is very busy, but you won't be able to be busy if your health is not in tip-top shape. So it is important for you to take the time to exercise. Walking is one of the easiest things that we can do. We can go outside, put on your shoes, go outside and walk. Be in nature, feel the sun. It's beautiful. Number 7, accept who you are. When you have a healthy self-esteem, you cope better with the life stresses. Love yourself at every stage and in every season. Do not wait until you've lost that weight or until you've achieved that goal to love yourself. Love yourself now. You have to be your own best friend. Number 8, ask for help. A lot of times we feel that asking for help is a sign of weakness. It is important, whether it's a trusted friend that you ask for help from, or even sometimes we may need to have counseling or even medications to help us cope with the life stresses that we may be experiencing. Number 9, for me, what worked very well was having a solid morning routine. For me, it was just extremely life-changing. So tea with Jesus, first thing in the morning, my tea, my Bible, spending time with God. It just sets the mood for the rest of the day. I start by giving thanks to God for giving me another shot at life. because it is something that I do not take for granted. And I ask him to order my steps, because knowing that he is in charge, that helps me do whatever it is that I need to do. Whatever challenges that I face, I know that he's going to equip me with exactly what I need to get through those challenges, because I've given my day to him. It's his day, right? And I am his creation. So for me, having God order my steps for the day makes the biggest difference. When I don't do that, I struggle through the day. So I never want to go through life without Jesus. Number 10, last but not least, we have to learn to stay in the present rather than thinking about the what ifs and what isn't actually happening right now. We have to take the time to really think about what is happening around us. Tap into all your senses. I mean, sometimes we even forget we have 5 senses. You have to tap into your senses and be in the present, because being in the present will ground you and help you just appreciate life and appreciate the small things that life has to offer us. So, in closing, being mentally healthy does not mean that we will not go through struggles. It doesn't mean that life is just all going to be peaches and cream and there are not going to be any bad times, that every time something bad happens, we're just going to snap out of it like that. No, that's not what it means. We are going to go through loss, through disappointments, through change. This is what life is about. But being mentally strong is going to help us to bounce back and deal with those difficulties, and it's just going to help us build that resilience muscle. So people who are mentally healthy generally are more content. They are better able to live life and really just enjoy those simple pleasures in life. They deal with stresses more effectively. They are able to go and learn new skills and be okay just learning and growing and adapting to change, because life is forever changing. They find meaning and purpose in their everyday lives, and they just have a more balanced work and life. I know people don't like that word balanced, because you can never really have true balance, but you know what I mean by balance. Like, you actually have a life that you enjoy at work and at home. And also, people who are mentally strong have a self-confidence and a high self-esteem. So thank you so much for listening. And until next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and be kind to yourself and be kind to others. So don't forget, we will be taking solicitations for topics. So just send us your topics and we'll be happy to talk about it and discuss. I am excited to be bringing on guests that some of you know, some of you don't know, that are experts in their fields, and we can talk and discuss everything health and wellness. Until next time.